Now we know that how to create these beautiful articles for this website. Now let's see how to create this sidebar. So as you can notice here in the sidebar, we have this latest post, we have the search box and the popular tags. So I'm going to first create this latest post. So let me just back to my editor, and in this editor I'm going to just open my index.html file, and inside it, just after these articles, right down here, you can notice we have this sidebar section. I'm going to just get rid of the sidebar, and here I'm going to create a new section, and I'm going to just create here a multi-line command and say latest post section. I'm going to just close this command, so I'm going to add here multi-line command and say and latest post. And inside this post, I'm going to create here a new section. I just want to specify class to it, which is latest post. So I'm going to create here a section tag with the class latest post, and inside this section I'm going to have an anchor tag, and to this anchor tag I'm going to just specify class, and I'm going to specify global classes here. So I'm going to say text MD and text dark, and in this anchor tag I'm going to say latest post. So this is going to be the title of this latest post. Save the changes. When you save it, you can notice you have your latest post here. Just out of this anchor tag, I'm going to create here division tag with the class flex, and I'm going to add here flex column class. And in this div, I'm going to have my article, and I'm going to specify class to it, new post. Now, as you can notice, I'm going to use here flex column class to create these articles. So we will get all these articles in the new line. In this article, I'm going to create a row, and in this row, I'm going to create two columns. So I'm going to first create here a command and say two columns, and just out of that, I'm going to just create here first column, which has 4 column space. So I'm going to say here col for LG. So this is my first column, and I'm going to just create second column. So I'm going to create here col 8 LG. Oops, LG. So in this row, I have here 2 columns. If you calculate the width of this column, it equals to 12 column. Now in the first column right here, I'm going to simply add an image, and I'm going to specify image here. So I'm going to select my asset folder, select my images. In the feature image, I'm going to select my first image here. And to make this image responsive, I'm going to add a class here, fluid, and the alt attribute is going to be latest post. Just out of that, I wanted to add custom CSS class to it, which is post image. So using this class, I can access this image. Just out of that, in the next column right here, I wanted to specify post title class to it. So I'm going to just create here post title class to access all the element inside this div. And inside this div, I'm going to just simply create a division tag with the class cat. So in this cat division tag, I'm going to have different categories. So I'm going to create here anchor tag, and to this anchor tag, I'm going to specify class text SM and text gray. These are the global classes. So I'm going to specify global classes. Along with that, I'm going to specify custom class, which is category. Just out of that, I'm going to specify here category people. Copy this anchor tag, paste it down here. So I'm going to just duplicate this line and change this category to travel. And just out of that, just out of this div, I'm going to just specify my title of this article. So I'm going to add here anchor tag. So in this anchor tag, I'm going to specify title to this article. And just out of that, I want to specify class to this title. So I'm going to specify class text MD and text dark. Save the changes. When you save the changes, you can notice you have your categories here. Now, let me show you how to style this category. So let's see how to style it. Let me show you how you can style this beautiful latest post section in this sidebar. But before we style it, I just want to wrap this sidebar in the aside HTML tag. So I'm going to just open my editor, and you can notice here, I'm going to just start my section right from here. So I'm going to just cut this section, and I'm going to just wrap that in the aside tag. So I'm going to say here aside and specify a class to it, sidebar, and inside this aside tag, I'm going to just paste that section tag. Save the changes. And now using this sidebar class, I'm going to just specify some style to this latest post section. So I'm going to simply open my style.css file and toggle this window on the left side like this. And to style this sidebar, I'm going to first create here a multi-line comment and just say here sidebar area. And inside the sidebar area, I'm going to just select first a side tag and then select sidebar class. And inside the sidebar class, I'm going to have latest post and I'm going to select new post. I just want to first specify border bottom to it. So I'm going to say border bottom 1 pixel solid and call the variable border. Just after that, I'm going to add padding 5% to the top and bottom and 0 for the left and right. So this will just add some padding and border to this sidebar section. Just after that, I just wanted to add max height to it, 9 rem. Save the changes. And now I just want to select this post image and this post title and add some padding to it. So I'm going to first select this latest post. So I'm going to just copy it, paste it down here. I'm going to just select this new post also like this. And I just want to select post image and I want to select post title. So I'm going to just specify here post title. And to this classes, I'm going to specify padding, and then padding is going to be 0 for the top and bottom and 0.2 rem for the left and right. So this will add some padding to the left and right to this section. Now I just want to add some padding to this title. So I'm going to simply select this title, post title, paste it down here, and I'm going to specify padding 0.2 rem and save the changes. So this will add top, bottom, left and right padding to this post title. Just after that, I'm going to just select this image. So I'm going to select the post image class and then select image tag. And to this image, I'm going to specify border radius 5 rem. Save the changes. This will just add border radius to this image. Now just after that, let me just change this padding. I'm going to just change this padding to padding 0.6. Save the changes. So this will add some space between this post image and this title. Now let me just add a few latest posts here. So I'm going to just back to my index.html file, and right here I'm going to just add a few more articles here. So I'm going to just copy this article tag, paste it down here, and I'm going to just change this image, and I just want to select here number 7 image. Categories is going to be photography, and this category became tech. And I just want to change this title as well and just change this title like this. Now you can see when you save the changes, you have your next categories here. Don't worry, I will add height and width to these images when we add media query in this website to make this website completely responsive. So in the media query, I will add height and width to these images. But just for now, just leave it as it is, and I'm going to just create my next article. So I'm going to just copy this article, paste it down here and just change this image. And right here, I'm going to select my second image, this one, save the changes, copy this article, paste it down here, change this image, and I'm going to just specify my image 3 here, this one. And at the last, I'm going to copy this article, paste it down here and just change this image, and I'm going to specify my 4th image here, this one. Save the changes. Now you can see we have latest post here. Now when we add media queries, I'm going to specify different height and width to these images. So don't worry about that. Now I'm going to show you how you can add this beautiful search box in this sidebar. So I'm going to just open my website and just back to my template. And down here, just after this latest post, I'm going to just create here comment and just specify here search area. And I'm going to say here and search area. And inside this search area, I'm going to just create this search box. So I'm going to first create here section tag and specify class to it, which is search area. And inside this section tag, I'm going to create here a division tag with the class search. Inside this div, I have title for this search box. So I'm going to add h3 heading tag and specify class to it. So I'm going to specify global classes to this h3 heading tag. So I'm going to say here text md and text dark, and I'm going to say here search. Just out of that, I'm going to just add here a form tag and create this search box. So instead of writing this code again, I'm going to just copy this code from the navigation menu. So I'm going to just back to my navigation menu. Right up here, you can notice I have the form tag here. I'm going to just copy this form tag and paste it inside the sidebar section right down here. Save the changes. When you back to your website, you can notice you have your sidebar here. But now you can see we don't have styling to it. So let me just style this section. So I'm going to just open my style.css, toggle this window on the left side, and in the style.css right down here, I'm going to just specify styling to this search box. So I'm going to first select the search area. So I'm going to say here aside, sidebar, and I'm going to select search area. And to this search area, I'm going to add some padding to the top and bottom. So I'm going to say padding at rem to the top and bottom and 0 for the left and right. So this will add some padding. And just out that, I'm going to select form group class. So I'm going to say aside, sidebar, then select search area, then select search, and I want to select form group class. And I want to specify width to it, and the width is going to be 237 pixel. I just want to specify box shadow to it. The box shadow is going to be a variable. So I'm going to specify here variable box shadow 2. Save the changes. This will just add width and box shadow to this form group. Just out of that, I just want to style this text box and this button. So I'm going to just simply use this navigation menu styling to style this section. So to style this section, I'm going to just simply open my header.css file, and inside it, you know that we have the styling for this search box. So to style this search box, I'm going to just specify here, just out of this form group, I'm going to specify comma here and just say aside, sidebar, then select search area, and then select form group. When I save the changes, the styling is now applied to my element. Just out of that, I'm going to just copy this search area, paste it down here, and now I just want to select input control. Save the changes. This will add styling to this input control. Then I'm going to do the same for this submit button as well. I'm going to just select the search area and then select button, btn submit. When I save the changes, you can notice we have the styling to this button as well. I'm going to do the same for this hover effect as well. I'm going to copy this selector, paste it down here. So I'm going to specify comma here, paste the selector again, and then create here hover effect. Save the changes. You can notice I have hover effect on this section. As simple as that. So now, as you can see, the search box is now completely ready. Now, let me show you how you can create this beautiful popular post tag in this sidebar section. So I'm going to just open my editor and open the index.html file. And just out of this search section, right down here, I'm going to create here a command and just say here popular tags. And just out of that, I'm going to say here and popular tags. Inside this command, I'm going to say section and specify class to it, popular tags. Inside this section, I'm going to create h1 heading tag and specify text md class, which is a global class, and specify text to it, popular tags. Just out of that, I'm going to just create here a division tag with the class tags, and I'm going to add here global classes, flex, flex row, and flex wrap. In this div, I'm going to create different tags. So I'm going to simply add here anchor tag, and in this anchor tag, I'm going to specify span tag. In this span, I'm going to add camera. I'm going to just duplicate these anchor tags and just change these tags. So I'm going to say here bike, this became craft, then this became photography, this became article. I'm going to change this camera to events, this became driving, and this became WordPress. So I'm going to save all the changes, and right here you can notice we have the popular tags here. Now let me just style these popular tags and make it more attractive. So I'm going to just open the style.css file, and inside it I'm going to style this section. So I'm going to just toggle this window on the left side, and inside the style.css file I'm going to create here a command and just say popular tags. And right here I'm going to first select the aside, then select the sidebar, and then I want to select popular tags, and I'm going to specify padding to it. So I'm going to first specify padding 4 to the top and bottom and 0 for the left and right. So this will just add padding to this popular tag section. Then I'm going to select aside, sidebar, then select popular tags, and I'm going to select tags. And inside these tags I have the anchor tag, and inside the anchor tag I have span tag. So I'm going to select all the span tag and specify padding 1 rem to the top and bottom and 2 rem to the left and right. Then I just want to specify background. Background is going to be a variable, so I'm going to call here a var function and say light background. Then I'm going to specify border radius. Border radius is going to be 50 pixel. So this will just add border radius to this span tag. Then I'm going to select margin right 1 rem, and color is going to be a variable dark. Just out of that I'm going to just specify transition on the background 0.7 second ease. Now just out of that I just want to add some margin between these anchor tags. So I'm going to select this anchor tag, copy it, paste it up here, and I want to add margin to the top and bottom. So I'm going to say 1.3 rem to the top and bottom and 0 for the left and right. Save the changes. This will add some margin between these anchor tags. Now I just want to select this anchor tag and create hover effect on it. So I'm going to select this selector, paste it down here, and create hover effect on this anchor tag. And when I hover on this anchor tag, I just wanted to specify background, call the var function, and call the primary color here. Then I'm going to specify border 1 pixel solid and call the border color border. Save the changes. And now when you hover on these anchor tags, you can see we have this beautiful hover effect on it. Now you can see the popular tag section is now ready. When you hover on these popular tags, you're going to get this beautiful hover effect. Now as you can see, the main section is now ready. Now I'm going to show you how you can create this beautiful pagination for your website. You can notice here when you hover on this pagination, we have this beautiful hover effect. So let's create this pagination. So I'm going to first open my editor. In the index.html file, I'm going to just create this pagination just after these articles. So I'm going to just create this pagination in the first column. You can notice here we have 2 columns in this main section. So we have the first column and this is the second column. In the second column we have the sidebar, and in the first column we have the articles. So in this article section right here in the first column, just down here, just after these articles, I'm going to just create here a command and say pagination area. And just out of that, I'm going to create here a division tag with the class row. And inside this row, I'm going to just create call 12lg. And I'm going to just center all the text using text center global class. Inside this division tag, I'm going to have pagination custom class. And inside this pagination, I have my different pages. So I'm going to add here anchor tag, and in the span tag, I'm going to have my first page. Then I'm going to duplicate this line. This is my second page. This is my third page. I'm going to duplicate it again. And at this point, I'm going to add an icon here. So to the span tag, I'm going to specify class fast fa arrow right. When I save the changes and open my website, you can notice I have this pagination section here. Now let me just style this section. So I'm going to open my style.css, toggle this window on the right side, and down here I'm going to just style this pagination section. So I'm going to add here a command and say pagination area. To style this pagination, I'm going to first select the main area, then select pagination class. And to this pagination, I'm going to specify background and call a variable light. Just out of that, I just want to add margin to this pagination, which is 2 rem to the top and bottom and 0 for the left and right. Just out of that, I just wanted to add here display, and display is going to be inline block. When I save the changes, you can notice we have this pagination section here. Just out of that, I just wanted to add padding to it. Padding is going to be 1 rem to the top and bottom and 0.7 to the left and right. I just wanted to specify border radius. Border radius is going to be 50 pixel. Save the changes. This will just add border radius to this pagination. Now I just want to select all the span tag. So I'm going to select this pagination, paste it down here, select the anchor tags and select span tag inside it. Now to this span tag, I'm going to specify padding. Padding is going to be 0.6 rem to the top and bottom and 1 rem to the left and right. Save the changes. I will have some padding to it. Then I'm going to just specify border radius is going to be 40 pixel. And just out of that, I just wanted to create hover effect on this span tag. Now just out of that, I just wanted to create hover effect on this anchor tag. So I'm going to copy this selector, paste it down here, create a hover effect on this anchor tag. So I'm going to say hover, and I just want to specify background color to it when I hover on this anchor tag. I'm going to say background and specify primary color here. Just out of that, I just want to change the color of this text. So I'm going to say here light, save the changes. And now when you hover on your pagination, you can notice we have this beautiful hover effect on it. Now the pagination is now ready. Let's move on to the next section. In the next section, I'm going to show you how you can create this beautiful footer for this website. In this footer, we have the about section of this website. Then we have the social icons, the recent post, the popular tags, and we have the copyright text here at the bottom. In the next lecture, we will see how to create this beautiful footer for this template. So I will see you in the next one.